Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? I usually ask that question with my students, and they just like, I'm fine, thank you, and you? Yeah, that's it. So today, I'm gonna share you guys a story about myself. A journey to unlock myself, becoming whole again. I really love this title. Have you ever felt like you were chasing a dream that wasn't truly yours? A dream that looked so perfect and polished on the outside, but deep down you knew it wasn't meant for you. Sometimes the hardest lock to open isn't a door or an opportunity, it's ourselves. And sometimes that lock is hidden in the labyrinth we didn't even know we were inside. When I think back to my high school, what comes to my mind is sitting in the classroom, listening to my teacher's lectures and taking notes. And after that, I will grab something to eat and then head to my cram school. There, we will revise some old materials or maybe learn something new. All for the goal of achieving a better goal. And whenever I achieved a high score, I feel that I was doing things right. I was building my own future. And in the summer of 2020, I held the future in my hands. I told myself that this was a stumble that I needed to overcome. And yes, I have passed the national high school exam with flying colors, acing the challenging D7 combination, math, chemistry, and English. And I entered my dream university just where exactly my parents and I told me at first place. And at that moment, I felt unstoppable. But the course appeared sooner than I expected. My first semester brought me a subject I thought I knew well, organic chemistry. And you know what? I failed. The only reason I could think of at that time was maybe I wasn't hardworking enough, maybe I wasn't good enough, maybe I hadn't adjusted to the university environment yet. So many maybe in my head. And I decided to re-enroll the course. And you know what? This time I passed. I tried really hard to pass the course, but just barely. At the end of my freshman year, I came back to my hometown. My parents asked me about my studies, and I just gave them a vague answer. Yeah, Mom, I'm doing right. And they just simply encouraged me, come on, girl, just keep going. You can do that. A pharmacy degree is all that matters. But I didn't know what to do next. So I came back to Ho Chi Minh City to prepare for my sophomore year. This time, I wasn't that excited. I wasn't ready. Organic chemistry too was waiting. But this time, it came with practical experiment. On paper, it sounds simple, just applying theory to practice. But in reality, without a deep understanding of underlying concept, every experiment felt meaningless. I remember that I just followed the instructions in the lab manual blindly. I kept asking myself, why? But to tell you the truth, I myself couldn't help me. I felt helpless. All the thing that I could do at that time was to volunteer to clean up or to fetch equipment because I wanted to avoid being useless. Passing the course felt like luck, not skill. And to be perfectly honest, I was disappointed about my own self. By then, I stopped caring about my grades. I stopped believing that I was on the right path. And the passion I once had for learning, it was gone. It felt like even if I graduated and found a job, Pharmacy wasn't for me. It wasn't for my future. It was like I've been running an endless corridor, opening door after door, just to find myself in the same empty room. And taking a gap year wasn't an easy decision. For the first time in my life, I stepped off the treadmill I've been running on and asked myself a simple question. What do I actually want? And the answer surprised me. English. It wasn't part of the plan, but when I started learning English again, something shifted. I felt excited, truly excited to discover something new. It was like I was in the library filled with books I always meant to read. And when I started learning and started teaching to pay for my online courses, I discovered something even more fulfilling, helping others learn. This gap year gave me clarity. I came back to my hometown, Dalang, and started teaching at a language center where I had attended before. And for the first time in years, I wasn't following someone else's expectations. I was following my dream. And this opportunity, along with the passion for learning English, motivated me to pursue a degree in English language. Studying English language wasn't about just getting a degree. It was about absorbing, about unlocking a deeper understanding of a language and becoming a better teacher. Unlike organic chemistry, where the concept felt like a foreign language, learning English grammar became a puzzle that I loved solving. And breaking down complex rules into simple explanation for my students was deeply satisfying. Watching Stephanie facing up with understanding reminded how I loved learning in the first place. This door has opened to a new world that I didn't even know existed. Teaching and learning became intertwined, fitting into one another like the time made it sure. And for the first time in my life, I feel I was living in the harmony with the rhythm of my own life. If you ask me whether I regret choosing pharmacy, the answer is absolutely not. Life, as I have discovered, is not a destination. It's a journey. Those years in Ho Chi Minh City has taught me about resilience. They taught me that failure is not the end of the story. It's just a beginning of a new chapter. And most importantly, they taught me that the value of unlocking my true potential. Life isn't about sticking to a script. It's about being brave enough to pause, to reflect, and rewrite your own story when it no longer feels right. Sometimes the key you are looking for is hidden away. It's already in your hands. All you need is the courage to use it. And maybe, just maybe, you will find the luck itself will never truly close. So today, I have opened a new door for me. It's become confident. And I cannot be myself today without the motivation from my lovely students, from my friends, K21 English language class, or from my old friends' high school. So, last but not least, thank you, me, myself, and I, for being brave enough to stand right here, for not giving up, for enough being persistent. So, I will leave this question for you. What's the lock you are ready to open today? Thank you.